Hello everyone, I'm Brian and today I'm going to be reacting to 10 life-changing learning facts of... Okay, let me try pronouncing this. Let me know if I get it right or wrong, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be always wrong. Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita quotes, Law of Karma. So I end up finding this. It's oddly 5 minutes long for 10 life-changing facts. I am genuinely excited because I would assume these are, well, laws of karma, but also philosophy quotes. And I'm hoping I will learn something. Now, mind you, I do seek out knowledge and philosophy, kinda like on a side, but genuinely excited to learn about what I can do to improve my life. And then when I'm looking at side eye, I'm trying to think. There's nothing to do with money, but I know that's one way of improving your life. But other than that, obviously. So I've not seen this. Let's go ahead and give this a shot.
रात्रि सोल से सारे अपडेट्स पाने के लिए बेल आइकन दबाइए।
Oh God, I hope it's in English. That first part was not in English. I didn't put subtitles on, so.
कई वर्षों पहले जब कौरवों और पांडवों में घमासान युद्ध छिड़ गया था, तब श्री कृष्ण ने पांडवों का साथ देने का निर्णय लिया।
Okay.
इस युद्ध के दौरान वे अर्जुन के मार्गदर्शक और सारथी बने।
Wait. I'm sorry.
परंतु
I'm gonna have to rewind this because I missed that first part. Even though I read it, I somehow
कई
missed it.
वर्षों पहले जब कौरवों और पांडवों में घमासान युद्ध छिड़ गया था, तब श्री कृष्ण ने
Pandavas.
पांडवों का साथ
Shri Krishna. Okay. I got it.
देने का निर्णय लिया। इस युद्ध के दौरान वे अर्जुन के मार्गदर्शक और
Oh, I do remember this from one of the other videos I did a reaction to. I do believe this is the one I did want to learn about because the other book was like about a lot of things. It was like I know it's a very massive book and a lot of information in there, but there's another thing about life and philosophy that I really wanted to learn, and I believe it was about this part.
सारथी बने। परंतु जब अर्जुन अपने ही भाइयों के विरुद्ध लड़ाई करने से कतरा रहे थे,
I do
तब
remember
भगवान
that, yeah.
श्री कृष्ण ने उन्हें सही और गलत का पाठ पढ़ाया। उनके इस पाठ ने केवल अर्जुन को ही नहीं, बल्कि सभी लोगों को प्रेरित किया। भगवत गीता कृष्ण और अर्जुन के बीच हुए संवादों का
Okay, I want to pause in between again just for copyright sakes, and plus, if you want to watch this uninterrupted, it'll be in the description below. Hopefully, if I don't forget to put it in there. Poetic description of the conversation. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
काव्यात्मक वर्णन है। आइए जानते हैं कि भगवत गीता कैसे हमें हमारे जीवन में सही राह पर चलने के लिए मार्गदर्शन करती है।
That is something desperately needed, in at least in America at the moment. There are a lot of finger pointing, a lot of blaming for irrational reasons, and completely bypassing what is actually needed and for a temporary solution.
शरीर नश्वर है और आत्मा अविनाशी। भगवान श्री कृष्ण
So, do I believe in that we have souls? No, I'm atheistic. I've seen no evidence that we have souls. If we do, then we do. If we don't, we don't. But as far as I can tell, we don't. If you believe we do, I ain't gonna fight you on that one.
कहते हैं कि हमारे शरीर को तो मारा
Well, I
जा
do
सकता
believe
है,
that your body can be killed,
परंतु
absolutely.
हमारी आत्मा को नहीं। इसे स्पष्ट रूप में समझाने के लिए उन्होंने एक कपड़े का उदाहरण दिया है। वे कहते हैं कि जैसे कपड़े फट जाने के बाद उनकी जगह नए कपड़े ले लेते हैं, ठीक
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm wondering. I'm wondering if the soul is a little bit differently defined in this one, because, mind you, I do believe that when we die, our body does go back into the earth. Plants, mushrooms, things that eat decomposing things will reabsorb our essence in a sense, and then by default, either animals will eat those plants, and then either the people will eat the plants too or eat the animals, and then it's just a cycle over and over again where we humans die, we get eaten by the plants or animals, and then the plants get eaten by the animals or humans, and then the animals get eaten by the wait what I mean the animals get eaten by the humans, and the humans get eaten by either the plants or it's a big old cycle.
उसी तरह जब मनुष्य की मृत्यु होती है तब उसकी आत्मा उस शरीर को छोड़ देती है और नए शरीर में प्रवेश करती है।
Yeah, karma. Yeah, I'm familiar
भय
with
न
that part of
रखें।
karma.
मनुष्य को सबसे ज्यादा डर होता है मृत्यु का डर।
I don't necessarily, I would say I would not fear death. It's more of, I think, the generic thing that everyone fears, or most people fear, which is the unknown. Because you don't know, I don't know, do you fear knowing when you're gonna die or not knowing when you're gonna die? That question alone is very difficult. If you know when you're gonna die, you can plan everything out ahead of time. But then as you get closer to your death, that anticipation just is probably staggering for some people. But not knowing when you're gonna die, you can live kind of carefree because you don't know when you're gonna die.
भगवान श्री कृष्ण कहते हैं कि जब इंसान अपने मन से मृत्यु का भय निकाल देता है तब वह
Yeah.
आराम
So
जिंदगी जी
basically,
सकता है।
I don't know when she stops. So I can't. I don't know when to pause it. But so yeah, basically, if you don't know when you're gonna die, you can't anticipate it, so you can't prepare for it, and therefore you can't react to it. It just happens basically. Although I know they're saying a little bit more than just that, but that's just the basic understanding for me for
और
it.
इंसान को भ्रमित करता है। इंसान की सभी कमजोरियों में से एक है क्रोध। जब इंसान क्रोधित होता है तब वह अपना आपा खो बैठता है।
Yeah.
वह सही गलत की पहचान नहीं कर पाता और क्रोधित होकर अपने आप को हानि पहुंचाता है।
Yeah, absolutely.
संदेह ना करे।
So yeah, anger, absolutely. Very an emotional reaction, illogical. Well, I don't necessarily think it's illogical, but it's a very harsh reaction to the reasonings why.
क्रोध और भय के अलावा अगर मनुष्य का कोई सबसे बड़ा शत्रु है तो वह है संदेह। जब व्यक्ति अपनी काबिलियत पर संदेह करता है तब वह कभी कामयाबी हासिल नहीं कर सकता।
When an individual doubts his caliber, he cannot acquire success. That does make sense. But at the same time, do not think that do not overqualify yourself. I don't know how to say that in wiser words, but don't think that you can do more than you can really do either.
और इसीलिए उसे अपनी काबिलियत पर कभी संदेह नहीं करना चाहिए।
I guess the question at that point would be, how do you know what caliber you are? Some people say they do, but most people honestly really don't. Even the people that say they do, until they're put to the test. I guess, here we go. I just answered my own question. The only way you know what kind of caliber of a person you are is by going through test. Being able to drive, for one's a caliber of your test. So basically, for example, if you're able to drive back to work and back, you have that, you're confident in that caliber, but to put you in a racing sport, that caliber of you has not been tested, and you would doubt yourself, and justly so, just because you don't know if you can handle a situation or not until you pass the test, I guess. Let me know if I'm overthinking things, which I probably am, but that's just the way I am. Always keep control. Absolutely.
इंसान अगर अपने जीवन की गतिविधियों को संभाल नहीं पाता तो वह अपने कार्य से भटक जाता है। इस वजह से उसे तनाव से जूझना पड़ता है। परंतु अगर वह कुछ समय निकाल कर ध्यान करे तो उसे अपनी परेशानियों को दूर करने के कई सारे उपाय मिल जाते हैं और वह अपने मन पर काबू पा सकता है।
Okay, I'm assuming she's done in that part. The way I took that was basically, which I do agree. I guess at least I can only speak for maybe some Western people and in some American life, is that especially in metropolitan areas where it's just so many people in one areas, and you know we're just so busy all the time and never taking time to kind of take a breath and just kind of put things in perspective, put things in order. And that way we have clarity in what we do. It's just always busy. My mind is always busy too, but I try to think about things. I try to say, okay, I need to prioritize things. I need to stop, think what I need to do it in that order that makes sense to me, and then take on the task. That's how I interpret that.
अपनी इच्छाओं पर काबू पाए।
Hmm.
मनुष्य का मन कभी स्थिर नहीं।
Huh. So far, I think the desires that I've been shown in this thing has been food, which is not controllable.
होता उसके मन में हमेशा
Mine ain't.
भावनाओं और इच्छाओं का निर्माण होता रहता है।
Emotions, not
वह
so much
हमेशा
desires,
कुछ
yes.
ना कुछ इच्छा रखता है, भले ही वह खुद से हो या किसी और से, और ये इच्छाएं कभी भी निराशाजनक साबित हो सकती है।
Disappointing.
इसलिए
I guess so,
मनुष्य
yeah.
को अपनी इच्छाओं पर काबू रखना चाहिए। मन की स्थिरता से ही मनुष्य अपनी इच्छाओं पर काबू पा सकता है।
Let me rewind that,
मन
sorry.
की स्थिर
Which is why human beings must control their desires. Keeping the heart at peace is the only way to curb your desires. Basically, in terms of love, don't lust. And then, I don't know. Food, I mean, it has nothing to do. Well, they say, there's a saying, at least around the West, or at least in the US, that the way to a man's heart is to his belly. So, if you can keep your heart at peace, I guess you won't get fat.
स्थिरता से ही मनुष्य अपनी इच्छाओं पर काबू पा सकता है। स्वार्थी ना
Don't be
बने।
selfish.
जब इंसान स्वार्थी बन जाता है, तब हकीकत को समझना उसकी
Really?
क्षमता से बाहर हो जाता है।
When an individual becomes selfish, it becomes difficult for him to face reality. That's an interesting way to put that. I wonder what the explanation is now. Good Lord, I'm
वह
making
अपने
this last
स्वार्थ के
forever.
कारण परिस्थितियों को
It's
स्पष्ट
selfish. You
रूप से
cannot see
देख नहीं
situation,
पाता
clear view, and
और
end up
अपना
damage.
नुकसान
Ah,
कर
okay,
बैठता
yeah,
है।
yeah. Okay, I see. Because he's wanting so much that he doesn't realize by giving even just a little bit, he could obtaining more than what he can do by himself. Basically, by giving to some people, I guess a way to explain this, I guess by giving to some people, by doing so, he can actually elevate himself. By giving, he becomes selfish in a sense. I guess an example I would think of this, again, let me know if I'm wrong about anything that I say. I'm curious in how do you take it, if there's a different interpretation that you have. So basically, companies, this is how I think about it as well. And I think of it like a win-win situation. So a company generally wants to make money, lots of money, right? But it also has to give a positive image to the public. So if a company can find a way to elevate its image, it can make more money. So it's in a sense, well, not really a win-win there yet. But if a company can donate money to, say, like homeless shelters, to diseases, cancer, to like St. Jude's hospitals for children who are dying of diseases, or Make-A-Wish Foundation, people in the public will see it as a positive thing and they'll be like, oh, they're doing a good thing, I'll buy their products. So it's a win-win. I mean, at least that's one way of interpreting, at least for me anyway.
जो होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है। जब कुछ बुरा होता है, तब हम उसे लेकर बहुत चिंतित होते हैं, या फिर भविष्य में होने वाली परिस्थितियों को लेकर चिंता करते हैं। इस पर भगवान श्री कृष्ण कहते हैं कि जो हुआ अच्छे के लिए हुआ, जो हो रहा है अच्छे के लिए हो रहा है, और जो होगा अच्छे के लिए ही होगा।
With reference to this, Lord Sri Krishna states that, I hope I said it right, that what has happened for good. Now, when you say for good, wait, when what is happening for good, and what will happen for good. Now, at least in the West, or in the US, should I say, for good could mean two different things. So if I throw this pen away, it's gone. Like if I throw it in the trash and then someone asks for it, oh, it's gone for good, meaning that you'll never get it back. Or do they mean like when something happens, regardless of whether it's good or bad, it's going to happen for a good reason or for good intent? This one I'm a little confused by. Let me rewind that. When something bad occurs, we get worried. Yes, that makes sense. about it, or we get worried about the future
कर
occurrence
चिंता
or
करते हैं।
occurrences. Yes,
इस पर
yes.
भगवान
With reference to this, Lord Sri Krishna states that what has happened for good. What is happening for good. What will happen for good.
श्री कृष्ण
I'm a bit
कहते हैं
lost in
कि
this one.
जो हुआ अच्छे के लिए हुआ, जो हो रहा है अच्छे के लिए हो रहा है, और जो होगा अच्छे के लिए ही।
So I don't know which way the for good is taken, meaning that, again, if it's good or bad, what has happened, and there's nothing that can be done about it. That's the, once I throw this pen away and it goes in the trash, it's gone. There's nothing else I can do about it. I can't get it back because it's out of my sight. It's in the dumpster somewhere and the truck took it away. So once that's done, there's nothing I can do about it. Stop worrying about it. That makes more sense to me. Not that it happened for a good reason, but the fact that there is nothing else you can do about it, so stop worrying about it and move on with your life. Now that makes more sense to me. It's
होगा।
happening for good. Let me
अपने
know.
कर्तव्यों से
Again, that one, like I said, I don't know how it was intended to be said, but that one interpretation, as in there's nothing you can do about it, made a lot more sense to me. Do
ना
not run away
भागे।
from your responsibilities.
इंसान के जन्म लेते ही वह जीवन के नैतिक कर्तव्यों से जुड़ जाता है। अपने जीवन काल में उसे इन कर्तव्यों को पूरा करना चाहिए और उनसे भागना नहीं चाहिए।
Oh, that was quick. Yeah. I mean, we all have responsibilities in life, and you should definitely be a responsible person. Oh, that's a quick one.
कर्म करो,
Do not worry
फल
about
की
the
चिंता
result.
मत करो।
This is one thing that I learned from Buddhism that I kind of liked. It's basically the how I learned from my world history teacher. I believe again that she was Indian. I remember with her having a red dot on her forehead, but she told us a whole bunch of religion. Again, Buddhism stuck out to me, and now I realize that Buddhism either split off from Hinduism or is a path of Hinduism, a specific path of Hinduism. But it's the fact that give it 110%, hope for the best, expect the worst kind of deal, you know? Give it all you got, and if it turns out good, that's great. If not, at least you were expecting it, no big deal. And it's not to say that do terrible at it at all. It's to always do your best, but always expect the worst. And if it turns out good, that's great.
इंसान अपने कार्य को करते समय पहले उसे मिलने वाले फल के बारे में सोचता है। इसी वजह से वह अपने कार्य पर ध्यान केंद्रित नहीं रख पाता। वह अपनी काबिलियत से कम काम करता है और फल पाने की चिंता में उसे अपेक्षित परिणाम प्राप्त नहीं होता। इसीलिए श्री कृष्ण कहते हैं कि मनुष्य को अपने काम पर ध्यान देना चाहिए और उसके बदले मिलने वाले फल की चिंता नहीं करनी चाहिए।
Yeah, because you end up stuck at that one question. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know. Let me do it again. Doubt. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. You're sitting there stuck and you end up spending 3 hours on that question. You realize you have 50 more questions you have to go through. Get it done, move on. Come back later.
बातों का पालन करता है तो वह एक संतुलित जीवन व्यतीत करता है।
Okay. Did I learn some things? I got a bit of a deeper understanding of the things that I know. Even, no matter how much you know, you can always learn more from the things that you know. A deeper understanding. Let's see. I've known most of these things, but like most things in life, it's just a lot of people knows these things, but until it is told to them, for them to have a better understanding of it, they don't know it. It's so weird to say that, and it's something that I realize whenever I learn about things. Like, I've always known it, but until someone says something about it, it doesn't come to mind for some weird reason. And there's nothing wrong with learning more about a thing that you already know and are aware of, but to have a deeper understanding of it. That's why I want to learn more about philosophy, style, religions. I'm not much into the gods or deities, but from my understanding is the different deities have different stories and different lessons to learn, which I'm 100% behind. And regardless of your religion, if it makes you a better person, please continue doing so. All right. 10 life-changing learning facts. That name, I'm sorry, the Gita. Bhagavad Gita. I'm curious if I said that right. Anyways, that's my reaction to that. Let me know again your understanding of these things and whether you think I interpreted it correctly. I mean, that is my interpretation of that. It seems quite correct. So again, that one that was a bit questioning, one way made sense, the other way did not. So let me know about that one. Alright, that's all I have to say about this one. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.